Hi everybody. So I wanted to show you what I have in my house. This is considered reverse osmosis, but reverse osmosis is my specialty, and so I've kind of added a few things onto this. This permeate pump here is an add-on. This booster pump is an add-on. It isn't necessarily required for the normal person. I like to experiment with lots of stuff. However, this is considered a 4-stage RO without these. This is your first stage. This does sediment, rocks, dirt. Second stage is a carbon filter. Third stage, sometimes some ROs use a catalytic carbon to remove chloramines, but I have done just redundant carbon filters in mine because we don't have chloramines in our municipal water. We have just chlorine, and I want to make sure that I get it all out. Plus, the removal of the chlorine protects the membrane. This is the semi-permeable membrane that actually does the magic of the purification. So this is stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. Then the water purified goes into a holding tank and holds it until you're ready to use it. When you open the faucet, the water goes from that storage tank through one more filter. This is the 5th stage, making it a 5-stage universal reverse osmosis. This one is a carbon filter again to polish the taste, because when this water sits in the butyl storage tank, it kind of picks up a little tiny bit of a taste. This removes it. So basically, we've talked about distilled being the purest, and it is. However, distiller machines can run like $3,000 and they're big and bulky. This can be installed in the mechanical room as a distiller can, but these are a lot less money and is more versatile for me. If I wanted to remineralize the water, which I wouldn't in this particular case, I could. I'd have that option. I also have the option to do this permeate pump, and we'll do a whole nother video on that. But to give you an idea of what this baby does, this uses 0 electricity. It uses the kinetic energy of the drain water that we're using to keep the membrane clean, to raise the pressure in my storage tank, and it also makes the ratio typically is 3-to-1, 3 drain, 1 product. This helps make it 1-to-1, or using a whole lot less water to keep my membrane clean. So now we're going to pause this video and go off and do our TDS. Hi everybody again. Okay, so now I'm going to actually show you the difference between the 3 types of water that I do all my videos about. So first off, let's start with tap water. This is municipal water, and this here is a TDS meter. This stands for total dissolved solids. It's basically measuring the dissolved minerals and ions that are actually in the water. So 318 has 318 parts per million of total dissolved solids. That's tap water right out of my tap. This is reverse osmosis water from the reverse osmosis that I just showed you. 9, it fluctuates between 8 and 9. So that's a massive reduction. Now let me show you distilled water. Distilled water, as it should be, perfectly pure. So my whole reason for doing the reverse osmosis is because distilled water, like I've said, is the machines are big and clunky and quite expensive. The reverse osmosis water, I was able to gain almost the same quality as distilled for a whole lot cheaper, and it gives me a lot more options, like saving the wastewater with the permeate pump, booster pumps, a lot of different options. So. Okay guys, this chart here on the bottom shows, if you look close in the blue line, it shows the micron range. It starts out on the far right, 1,000 microns, and then up in that column, it shows you things that are about that size. So look down, you can see where the microfiltration goes, the ultrafiltration, the nanofiltration, and the reverse osmosis. So next we have microfiltration. Microfiltration is suitable for contaminants that range from 0.1 to 5 microns in size. Microfiltration has the largest pore size among the 4 membrane types listed. It filters out protozoa, bacteria, blood cells, flour, talc, sand, silt, clays, crystal, algae, and suspended solids. However, microfiltration is not effective in removing viruses or chemicals. It is often used as a pretreatment for RO and nanofiltration. And then it gives you a couple of examples. Ultrafiltration is next in line. Ultrafiltration has a pore size of 0.1 micron to 0.01 micron. It can reject particles such as silica, endotoxins, proteins, plastics, and smog and fumes. Basically, it removes everything microfiltration can, as well as most viruses and some chemicals. Like MF, UF is also often used as a pretreatment to an RO as it removes the majority of particulates that fouls the RO. And then there's some more examples of the UF usage. Nanofiltration. Nanofiltration typically filters particles from 0.001 to 0.01 micron, such as multivalent ions, synthetic dyes, protozoa, cysts, bacteria, viruses, sugars, and salts with divalent anions, like magnesium sulfate. Nanofiltration has attained the name of the softening membrane, as it is also used to soften water. However, the hard water from NF needs pretreatment to avoid precipitation of hardness ions on the membrane. In other words, you need to have a water softener in front of it. In the terms of design and operation, nanofiltration is quite similar to the RO filtration process, except for it uses a lot less pressure because there isn't, the pores are a little bit bigger. All right, so reverse osmosis. Reverse osmosis is the most effective water filtration process in removing many of dissolved and suspended particles found in the water. Its semi-permeable membrane has a pore size of approximately 0.0001 micron. It allows water molecules or atoms to pass through a series of filters and leaves behind the majority of dissolved salts, organics, bacteria, and viruses in the reject stream, also known as the concentrate or brine stream. RO provides many benefits such as preventing the risk of health issues, water with better odor and taste, and lower system. Some examples of the RO usage. And so next here we have just a slide showing a little easier way to show what it rejects, what the reverse osmosis does. So you can see at the very bottom, reverse osmosis rejects all the suspended solids, bacteria, viruses, multivalent, monovalent, and just allows the water to pass through. So I hope this educates you a little bit more on why I use reverse osmosis. Here's another chart just showing you standard sizes of what contaminants that are in our environment, what typical sizes they are. Thanks for watching.